everybody, welcome to another episode of In the Kitchen with Ebeth. I'm so excited to be here with my dear friend Sacha.
Wow.
We are going to make a kind of traditional tomato sauce, but we're going to hook it up the delicious living way, which means lots and lots of vegetables, less meat, tons of flavor. It's going to be amazing. We're going to make this together. Come join us.
I'm excited.
So let's have a look at what we're going to be making today and all the ingredients that are going to make this tomato sauce more on the delicious living scale. So we have some really great beef. First of all, I got this from this awesome company called ButcherBox.
Oh, I know ButcherBox.
Yeah.
I love ButcherBox.
I love it. So I started getting this. So this is grass-fed, grass-finished, no hormones, no antibiotics.
Yep.
It's got delivered frozen to the house. It's amazing, good quality beef. So we've got that. It's 85% lean. I prefer 85% to 95% because I actually use some of the fat that comes out to cook the rest of the vegetables.
Oh, that's so interesting because you would think that it would be
get less,
different.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. But usually you get less fat and then you still put fat in the recipe.
Then you just put in olive oil or something or
we're
butter.
just not going to do that. We're just going to cook it in the tasty beef fat, basically.
All right.
We're going to add a ton of veggies, of course. Onions, celery, zucchini, carrots, spinach. And this is my little tricky thing. We're going to put some riced cauliflower in here. Now, I will often cut the cauliflower myself. But I said, you know what, we're just going to make this super easy. We're both moms. Sometimes moms don't have time to be chopping up cauliflower. So you can actually...
ricing
cauliflower.
Yeah,
So
I don't have a ricer.
you can do this with your knife, though. You don't need a knife.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to add some basil and oregano. And this is my little secret. Do you know what this is?
Is that Parmesan?
Yes. This is a Parmesan rind, though.
Oh.
Y'all who follow me know that I'm not a huge fan of dairy in general, but I do keep Parmesan rinds in the fridge to throw into things because they add a great flavor, saltiness, richness.
Like throwing a chicken bone into a soup?
Kind of like throwing a chicken bone. Yeah, except this is going to be like salty, briny flavor.
Right.
And then just take it out at the end, and it just adds so much flavor. It's
So
awesome.
can you buy a rind, or do you have to? You don't have to buy the whole.
You don't. No. They sell them in. Well, I usually get mine at the Whole Foods Market.
Yep.
But they sell them in the same place where they have Parmesan and the
just rinds.
special cheese area.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's a thing. Yeah, because people use them.
Yeah. Okay.
And then when I don't have tomato sauce, frozen from the summer, I love Rao's. Everybody loves Rao's.
Everybody loves Rao's.
So we're going to use that as our base. So let's get started. Let's start with sauteing the beef. Because what I like to do is actually brown the beef separately.
Okay.
Because usually if you cook it with the vegetables, you really are steaming it. And so you're not giving it an opportunity to brown and to really get all that flavor out of it.
Because the vegetables are releasing all their water. That's so interesting. I always thought that a good meal starts with onions in the pan.
Yes, well, I would agree with you 100%, except if I'm wanting to brown some meat.
So
I'm going to start with browning the meat, and like I said earlier, it's going to release that fat because it's 85% lean.
Yep.
But it's going to give us some, and we're going to drain the meat out or strain it, leave the fat behind, and use that, and then we're going to move on to the onions. So we could even consider that the start almost of the recipe.
Absolutely.
So let's turn this on, maybe medium-high.
True
So
story.
what I like to do is just kind of crumble it in. You can take some.
Okay. I love it too because I read Jonathan Safran Foer's book Eating Animals, which is about how awful the corporate farming industry is.
Yes, so bad.
And
Put this back.
yeah, it can be really hard to find local meat at the grocery store.
It's true. It's true.
Or from small, sustainable farms.
Yes, and even just, regardless of the size or where it came from, even just the way in which they raise the meat at all.
Yeah.
And I get so many people asking me, well, shouldn't I be a vegetarian because the meat production is so bad? And I always say, look, eating meat is not the problem. The problem is A, not eating vegetables, and B, choosing meats that are not grass-fed, grass-finished, that are fed corn on these horrible lots. I mean, that is the problem.
It's about being really intentional about where you get your food.
Yes, girl. So whatever you're doing, anytime you're touching or stirring or doing anything in the kitchen, I always say put love into it, respect, honor, joy. It makes the food taste better. Okay, so while this is just finishing browning, what I want to show you quickly is just how to cut an onion. So the first thing is we want to keep the hair on. Let's put the tip point, and that's going to be your guide. Put it in and press down. And again, because as you see, what happened here is that you kind of cut this piece off.
Yep.
Which
and
is
we
not
want
a
it
huge
to
deal.
touch the hair still.
Yeah,
right?
and if it keeps the hair, then what you end up, it keeps the onion together. Enough.
Got it.
Key to this, before you start, is to let the knife work for you by moving it back and forth, as opposed to just trying to apply pressure to push.
Okay.
So when you do that, you're more likely to slip or miss
So
and go too
like
far.
saw a little.
So yes, back and forth. Let the knife do its work. Yes, beautiful. And it's especially good when the knife is sharp too.
I must say, I learned that's new to me. Look at that.
And look at how well they came out. Nice job.
I mean, I definitely did not do that as nicely as you did, and yet still,
It still came out great. I mean,
turned out a lot better.
I've done this for 20, like my entire life.
I
almost.
know. I mean, it's
So-
like you're a professional.
So you were doing very, very well.
I seriously cannot think of the last time I didn't cry chopping an onion that big.
Okay, you did a great job with these. I took the beef out, and it left just a little bit of oil. Now, what might also surprise you is how little oil it is.
Yeah.
And I like this because a lot of the food I make is actually oil-free a lot of the time.
Right.
This is just enough oil to give flavor to what we've got going here.
Even though we have olive oil, we have not used any olive
We
oil.
haven't used any.
Okay.
And we don't need to.
We don't need to.
So let's add these onions in here.
Okay.
Sprinkle them with some love.
All mine as well.
All yours as well. All right, beautiful.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna let this go while we keep prepping the rest of the stuff. So, like I say, the reason why this is a delicious living recipe is because it's very vegetable heavy. Usually you get a tomato sauce, it's straight up just tomatoes, maybe onions, garlic, and that's it. And we're gonna put exponentially more veggies in here.
Exponentially.
Exponentially.
Okay.
So I already washed these, what is this? Celery. So what we want to do is, again, we're looking for relatively small cuts. So I'm just gonna cut here. A lot of people are afraid to have their fingers as close to the knife as I do. But actually, it's a lot safer that way, because what happens is my finger is so close to the knife, I can always feel where it is.
Right.
So, and because I'm using my bear claw, I'm not going to cut my fingers off, whereas if I was like this, I might.
You might.
But I've got my bear claw, I can feel the knife. I mean, I can literally close my eyes and cut. Not that I recommend that you do
Don't
that
do this at home.
I'm just saying, once you get good at it, you can do that. All right, so you've got these celeries going. I would like to see them cut a little smaller though, actually.
Okay.
If you would like cut this at least in half, that would be awesome. And if it's easier, you can cut it in half lengthwise first to make it easier. And it doesn't really matter if the pieces are not like beautiful or whatever. They're just all going to get cooked down. So we're also going to add a carrot. It's like a huge, ridiculous, giant carrot.
I love it.
But it is organic, and I keep the skin on of every fruit and vegetable that I can, as long as it's edible and either organic or on the Clean 15 list.
All right, the Clean 15 list?
Yes, the Clean 15 is a list that the Environmental Working Group puts out every year, and it tells us which foods have the most residual pesticides, insecticides, chemicals from traditional, like non-organic farming.
Okay.
So it tells us, okay, these foods you really don't have to worry about buying organic. They don't have much residue anyway, so don't worry about using your organic dollars there. These foods, you better buy them organic, because if you don't, they are full of chemicals.
Got it. All right, and why the skin? Is it better to have the skin, or is it just more like less waste?
Both are true. So a couple of things. One is leaving the skin on is going to give you more fiber.
Okay.
Also, we've learned in recent years that there's a lot of beautiful, rich nutrients right under the skin. Like when we peel it, we peel away. So if we keep it on, then we get the benefit of fiber and nutrients, and in some cases, texture, depending on what it is. So I'm going to leave it on. I've washed it. It's organic. I'm going to chop these pretty small too. So you can see these onions are starting to get a little bit of color. They're getting a little bit soft. We call this translucent. You can see there's also some little brown bits on the bottom of the pan. Some people are afraid of that, but it's actually all good flavor that's going to get picked up once we put in the sauce and other like liquidy vegetables as it starts to steam. So it's all flavor. We're not going to worry. We're going to add the carrots and the celery now too. All right, let's put these carrots and celery in here. Again, I love using my hands. Oh, thank you, Earth. Thank you, farmers. Oh, this is so beautiful.
And this is for the hamster.
Look how beautiful. I like to take the time to really celebrate all the steps and all the beauty. I mean, I think this is just so pretty. All the different colors.
You're like
textures.
the Marie Kondo of cooking.
I am. You're like, and I need a Netflix special.
It's sparking joy.
I need all of that. All of that. Yes. Oh, this smells good too. It's nice.
All right. I'm seriously saving for the hamster.
Forget about compost, people. Get a hamster and save the scraps. You know what we can add at this time too? Let's go ahead and add this cauliflower. Yes, beautiful.
All of it.
All of it.
Like, I hope so, because I just did all of it.
When I say that there's a ton of vegetables in here, so that was a pound of cauliflower, and we have a pound of ground beef. So we are
just as much
more vegetables.
More vegetables.
Because a pound of cauliflower plus everything else. Add. But what's great about the cauliflower, one of the reasons I love to use it, is because once you have the meat in here and the tomato sauce, the cauliflower kind of blends in. It just looks like more beef.
Got it.
So it just looks like, wow, this is a really beefy sauce.
Very bolognese.
And you just don't say anything.
Okay.
Because nobody can tell the difference. It's just delicious sauce.
It's a lot of vegetables.
It's a lot. We're not even done yet, girl. So let's move on to this zucchini we're going to add next. Again, keeping the skin on, and again, a nice small dice. So I like to cut the ends off, cut it in half. Again, we get a nice smooth surface so that we have some safety.
So easy after the celery.
Yeah, much softer. And then I'm going to use that over the horse thing I talked about, going over the knife. Cut it in half. Then I cut this into probably thirds or fourths, depending on how big your zucchini is. And then just slice. So this, the back here is the power in your knife. This is really the sort of stability and direction.
Okay.
So we start by putting the tip down, press down and follow through and come back. You kind of always keep the tip in, and then you're feeling the knife against your fingers here with less.
That's very romantic.
Yes. All right, we got the zucchini ready. Running it through one more time with that nice fan motion. Looks good. Remember, though, the tip is for guidance. So keep the tip down and just up
so the fan goes back from the top of the knife to the back. I was doing the exact opposite.
Beautiful.
That's the difference between a fan and a sprinkler.
That's hilarious.
Right there.
We'll put our zucchini in, and we're putting the zucchini in last because it's going to need the least amount of time to cook.
Okay.
Well, aside from the spinach.
I didn't do all my zucchini. Are we okay with zucchini?
Well, let's stir it around.
I cut mine very tiny.
Beautifully.
Okay.
I love it. I would even say it's better than mine.
No, I'm not comfortable with that.
Well, get comfortable, baby. Get comfortable. Oh, yes. Yes. All right, so let's put this beef back in here.
Okay.
To be honest.
I forgot it was not even in there anymore.
And we're going to throw in our secret spice here, which is our Parmesan cheese ranch.
Okay. Did you, you didn't drain the meat at all, right?
I didn't. There wasn't
because
much fat,
the oil
actually.
was the oil. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
All right, got
if
it.
there's a lot in the bottom of the pan, more than maybe a couple of tablespoons, then I would pour off some so that I end up with about 2 tablespoons. So that's really all you're going to need.
I love the chicken neck Parmesan rind.
It's fine. We got room.
You know what else the vegetables are doing?
What?
Making it last longer.
Yes, that's right.
This is more than one meal, that's for sure.
That is for sure. Yes. So Rouse homemade. I love it. I'm going to put that in. And the thing I forgot to put in here is some garlic, which is kind of okay because sometimes I like to put the garlic towards the end. Really let the garlic sing. You can really taste it. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do too. I'm not even going to chop this. I'm going to just use my knife to smash it.
My dad does that. All right.
Now, I don't always do this, but in this case, it'll be fine. All right, so add a little bit of oregano, a little bit of black pepper. And you notice we haven't put any salt.
Nope.
And there's a couple of reasons for that. A lot of times what I like to teach is to add salt at the end. And the reason is you can have the flavor that you want while using less salt. Because a lot of times it's funny because in culinary school they teach you season along the way, salt at the beginning, salt in the middle, salt at the end. But what I learned was if I just salt at the end, I use less salt, but I have the same flavor.
Right.
But I've reduced my sodium intake exponentially.
The other good thing about adding salt at the end, I would imagine, is that people can do it to taste.
Also true. Yes.
Because not everyone likes as much salt as I do. I could mainline salt.
All right, so this is all mixed well. It's simmering. It's looking great already. We're just going to let this cook for a little while so the flavors can marry and deepen and get richer, and the vegetables can get nice and tender. So let's get this pasta cooking.
Okay.
The water is boiling. I usually wait until the water is boiling to put the salt in, just so it prevents damage to the pot. Okay. We're going to just use some regular pasta today, but I do recommend, if you want to be gluten-free or if you want to increase your protein or fiber, maybe try one of the, I love the green lentil pasta. I like some gluten-free pastas too, just regular, gluten-free.
Does the lentil pasta look green? Is it a different color? No, so I could fool my son.
You could. And in fact, if you aren't accustomed to it yet, what you could start doing is like half regular pasta, half lentil, and just start increasing. So that if there is any difference, that I don't really know if it maybe, our children might notice.
Yeah, he notices.
That's a nice way to sneak it in.
And when you serve it, you're not going to pour Parmesan all over it or something.
I'm not, but you could. So I'm not a huge fan, like I say, of dairy in general, but if I do use dairy, it's generally going to be Parmesan or feta or goat cheese, mostly because those are cheeses you can use a little bit of. The flavor is so intense and powerful, and you make such a change to the flavor of a dish without using a lot. So I don't mind that so much. So you could just serve parm to go with it. Alternatively, you could make a homemade Parmesan. And I have a recipe for a macadamia Parmesan on my website. And you just sprinkle it on. I know, I should have done that with you. What was I thinking? We'll do it again. Okay. We'll make that cheese. All right, let's try this pasta. It's looking like it's almost done to me.
Okay.
I like it to be al dente, so, a little bit of bite.
Yeah.
I think it needs maybe another minute. It needs about as much time as it will take. How do you like it? It's good.
Good. I can taste the salt.
Yes. You see?
Which makes me very happy.
You're like, yes, I have salt.
So I usually put the salt in under the theory that it helps it boil.
Oh, yeah, no.
At the end, once it's boiled.
Yes. All right, so we're going to add this spinach in. I'm not going to bother with chopping it. And by the way, I love these like pre-washed little baby spinaches. This is one of the things I keep in my fridge all the time. If I ever need a quick veg added to a meal, I got this. Omelets, salads, sandwiches, whatever. It's easy. Here, you put some love in here. Stir that around.
Some love. See how she tricks you?
And this seems like a lot of spinach, but it cooks down a lot.
Right.
So this is some fresh basil we're going to add. You can smell it even from here. But if you ever want to really love the aroma, just gently
break it. Right?
And then
I love it. I grew it in my porch garden.
Oh, that's so cool. Just out front?
No, on the balcony out back.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to tear this. I'm going to chop it.
And you're not worrying about if they're like, you took off the stems, but you're like, whatever.
Yeah, I can be anal about a lot of things. But with this, I'm just avoiding the biggest of the stems and pulling the leaves off. All right, and now is the time to really taste and see this. I'm going to add black pepper.
Yeah.
Oh, and at some point too, what we're going to do is find that bit of cheese and remove it.
Oh, forgot all about that guy.
All right, we're going to put some salt in here. This is about a teaspoon. Maybe a little less, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon. Start there. Ooh. I could cook a little more too. Those veggies are still crispy.
That's good though.
And now the pasta is ready. Now I don't like to rinse the pasta.
Okay. And you're not adding any butter or anything?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people do that. Put oil and butter in and stuff on it, but I feel like when I have sauce, I really don't need that. The sauce is enough flavor. And what I love about this too is that we didn't add any oil to this. And it still tastes great. You're not missing anything, and you're not adding extra fat that you don't need. All right, so we're gonna serve this pasta, and then put the pasta sauce on top.
go get Ted.
Let's see if he likes this dish. The more the merrier.
Hey, you're welcome to join us.
Okay.
Hey, good to see ya. We have made this amazing tomato meat sauce.
I did
and
most
some
of it.
pasta. She did most of it.
I imagine.
And it is here for you to try. Do you need a spoon?
No, I'm good with a fork.
Go with a fork?
Yeah.
Well, cool. Help yourselves dig in.
I'm
Chase
excited.
the love.
Chase the love.
Chase the love.
I put the love in. Now I'm chasing it down.
Jeez, I think I said taste.
Taste.
Try.
This looks amazing.
Taste the love. That does make more sense.
Yay!
Oh my god, that's so good. I've never been more conscious of eating spaghetti on film before.
Probably because you never ate spaghetti.
I've never
on
done
film
it. It's a
before.
first. It's a first, and it's fantastic.
You just
So
have
good.
you just have to imagine the camera without any clothes on.
I am just impressed with how flavorful it is because I often think of vegetables in sauce in particular just sort of like boiling down into nothingness.
That's true. And I think a lot of sauces are made that way,
Mhm.
but I don't think they have to be.
No.
You can do that, like, you know, you and I both have kids, and we know, you know, for some of y'all out there who have kids who maybe are a little more picky, this is a great sauce to make for them. You can just cook it a little longer so that the veggies do essentially disappear into it, and then kids won't be the wiser, really. But they'll get all the nutrition. Awesome. So it was so great to have you guys in the kitchen with me.
Thank you,
so
Eva.
much.
And if anybody watching wants to join me in the kitchen, send me an email, chefebeth@gmail.com. I would love to cook with you and teach you how to make food that is as nutritious as it is delicious.